Welcome back to ASIO. Today's tutorial will be for this super cool grocery mandala bag. I'm actually making this bag in another colorway as I love it so much. This was suggested by this user. We'll be double knitting with this really nice olive yarn and a size 4 hook. To begin with, I'm just aligning my yarns and making a magic loop. Following this, we'll chain 2. And after this I will do 11 double crochets. The first chain 2 counts as the 12th double crochet, so just work 11 double crochets into your magic ring. I always recount my stitches because I end up making mistakes at this part most often. I'm tightening the ring and then inserting my hook into the top of the chain 2 made at the start and slip stitching there to finish this round. For row 2, you're going to chain 2, you're going to double crochet into that same stitch where we just did the chain. So pull through 2, and then pull through 2 more. Next we're going to do a front post double crochet, which is going to be like more of a 3D double crochet into the previous row. Just like this, works as a normal double crochet but just in a different position. After this we are going to do a double crochet, a front post double crochet into that same loop, and we're going to alternate this until the end of this row. So a double crochet and a front post double crochet. Ending the row with a front post double crochet, or this may be different for you, it may be just a normal double crochet, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. Row 3 begins with a normal chain 2, and then we double crochet into that same exact loop where we just did the chains. Pull through 2, pull through 2. In the next loop we do a double crochet. Follow this with a front post double crochet into the next stitch. And the overall pattern for this round will be 2 double crochets in different loops and then a front post double crochet. So 2 double crochets and 1 front post double crochet. At the end, you're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2, and then we're going to begin row 4. For row 4, chain 2, and we're going to work 6 double crochets into that same stitch. Skip 2 loops and into the third one, work a single crochet. I made a mistake on the video, but you want to skip 2 loops and work 7 double crochets into the third stitch. You're going to repeat this until the very end of the row. Finish this round by working a slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. Chain 4, single crochet into the 4th loop on top of your flower, chain 4, front post half double crochet onto the twig we see from the previous row. Chain 4, single crochet onto the 4th loop on top of your flower and repeat this pattern until the end. Slip stitch into the bottom of the beginning loop. We can already see the beautiful flower that's forming. For this row, you're going to chain 1 and work a single crochet around every single stitch. Fasten the round off by doing a slip stitch into the very first single crochet. Chain 2 and work 4 double crochets into the next 4 stitches. Work 2 double crochets on top of the twig in the previous round. If your counting doesn't add up and every time you do maybe 3 double crochets you don't get onto the twig part, just make sure that every time you see the twig, no matter what, you're going to do 2 double crochets on top of it. To fasten off, work a slip stitch onto the top of the chain 2. This round begins with 4 chains and then you do 2 more chains. Now you're going to skip 1 and into the second stitch work a double crochet, pull through 2, chain 2, 1, 2, skip 1 stitch and into the second one work a double crochet. You're going to repeat this throughout the whole round, so chain 2, skip 1, double crochet and repeat. To end the row, you're going to slip stitch into the second loop from the chain. Chain 2 and then work 4 double crochets into the same stitch. Single crochet on top of that next twig part. Five double crochets into the next twig. You're going to repeat this pattern around, so you do, after this you do 1 single crochet into the next twig and then into the next twig you do 5 double crochets. Join the rows with a slip stitch. Chain 2 and into the third stitch you're going to do a single crochet. Follow this with 3 chains and then a front post double crochet into this twig. You're going to now chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3, and single crochet into the third stitch on the flower. You're going to repeat this throughout, so after this chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, and then single crochet into the third stitch. For this next row, you're going to chain 1 and we're going to single crochet until that twig part. When at the twig, you're going to do a front post single crochet and then repeat this throughout, so do single crochets and a front post single crochet when you reach a twig. In this row, you're going to chain 1 and place single crochets around every single stitch until you reached the start. Chain 1 for the next row and do 3 single crochets or however many you need to reach the twig, and then do a front post single crochet on the twig. You're going to do this along the whole round, so as many single crochets as you need to reach the next twig, and then a front post single crochet after. Finish the round as usual with a slip stitch into the very first chain. Chain 5, single crochet on top of the twig. So we're just doing a normal single crochet, not a front post, just a normal single crochet on top of the twig. After this, you're going to chain 4 and do a single crochet on top of the next twig. You're going to repeat this pattern around by doing 4 chains and then a single crochet on top of the twig. At the end, we're not going to finish with this row, but going to continuously continue it until the end of our bag. So what I'm doing is placing a single crochet or a slip stitch into the very first chain 4 gap that I made. After this, I'm just working a chain 4 and then doing a single crochet into the following loop on the row below. I recommend the slip joining for you to do around 3 to 4 times. This is just going to make your bag a little bit more circular and cylindrical, so it builds up faster. The net, or essentially the bag's height, is 8 inches for me. You can make this longer or shorter, but keep in mind that it's gonna stretch. Now we're going to chain 1 and work single crochets all around the bag. This is just going to make sure that the top bits aren't going to stretch out and your bag is really nice and stiff. Join with a slip stitch into the first single crochet, and the next row is going to be handles. Personally, I'm going to be chaining 45 for the handles, but this will depend on your yarn size. And then keep in mind that the bag will go downwards, so you might need more, you might need less, but I recommend 45 loops. I joined my chain onto the 32nd loop from that previous one, folding my bag in half and adding stitch markers to where I'm going to put my second handle in, and after this I'm going to continue doing single crochets around. You want to do around maybe 2 more or 1 more round around your handles and around just the normal body of the bag, just to make sure that it's really stiff and good quality. So chaps, this is how the tote turned out. I put around 3 kilograms worth of stuff in there and it looks stunning and is super comfortable. I'm also making a white one, so check that out on my Instagram. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and check out all my socials. Bye!